This is the story of the Good Samaritan as told by Jesus, a timeless lesson that shatters the barriers we so often build between one another. Stop scrolling, because this message will change your view on what it means to truly love. Picture this. A man is traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. The road is steep, rugged, and dangerous, a perfect hunting ground for robbers. Along the way, tragedy strikes. He is attacked by bandits, beaten, stripped of his clothes, and left for dead. Helpless and in agonizing pain, he lies on the side of the road, his life fading away with each passing moment. But wait, here comes hope, or so we think. A priest, a man dedicated to the service of God, appears. Surely he will stop to help. But no. He sees the man and, without a second thought, crosses to the other side of the road and continues on his way. Just imagine the disappointment, his own people abandoning him. But there's another chance. A Levite, another revered figure deeply embedded in the Jewish faith, follows. He also sees the dying man. And yet, he too crosses to the other side and keeps moving. How could this be? Our hearts ache for the injured man, left alone to face his despair. But then, someone unexpected enters the scene, a Samaritan. And no, this is not just another passerby. Samaritans and Jews had a deep-rooted hatred for one another at the time. To a Jewish audience, a Samaritan would never be the hero in such a story. But here's where Jesus flips the script entirely. The Samaritan sees the wounded man, and instead of walking away, he feels compassion. Yes, compassion. He goes to him. He bandages his wounds, pouring out precious oil and wine to clean his injuries. He lifts the man onto his own donkey. Imagine the strength and humility that this act alone required. But he doesn't stop there. He takes the man to an inn and cares for him through the night. And as if that wasn't enough, the next morning, he hands 2 denarii to the innkeeper, saying, "Take care of him. Whatever additional expenses you incur, I'll repay you when I return." This Samaritan, a supposed enemy of the Jews, became the very embodiment of love and mercy. Do you see now why this story is so powerful? Jesus asked, "Who do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?" The answer is clear. The one who showed mercy. And Jesus tells us, go and do likewise. What would it look like for you to live like the Good Samaritan today? To love beyond boundaries, beyond differences in race, religion, or ideology? Who is your neighbor? Maybe it's someone you've never considered before. And here's the deeper truth. This story teaches us about God's boundless love for all of His creation. Jesus asks us to love without limits because He first loved us. So, will you step into the daring and revolutionary love that Jesus modeled? Will you break down the walls that divide? This story isn't just about a Samaritan and a wounded man. It's about all of us. It's about how far we're willing to go to live out the divine love we've been shown. So the question remains, will you be the neighbor who shows mercy? Think about it, and let's make this world brighter, one act of love at a time. Follow for more inspiring stories and lessons from the Bible, and don't forget to share this with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can rewrite the narrative of division and become ambassadors of love. #Bible, #Jesus, #God, #Jews, Christian, #Christianity, faith,